Hey folks, got a little guitar project here we're going to be working on for the next couple of days. What we're going to be doing is taking this kit that a customer bought off the internet. It's a Gibson Les Paul copy. It's close, it's not the same, but basically it's a copy of, this is a real Les Paul, my own actually, traditional, mahogany, flame top. So this is pretty much the same thing. It's good quality wood. It's mahogany, flame top, the same as that. The neck is surprisingly very good. I was impressed when I saw the neck of it. You can see that by the time I get to the 22nd fret up here, I'm almost 1/8 of an inch in advance, a little further ahead. So the scale length on this kit guitar is a little bit bigger than the Les Paul, and again, this is American guitar. So if you think you're going to use or if you plan on using another guitar as reference for measurements, don't do that. Well, so I've got the neck glued on here. It's been drying for the last couple of days. I used construction adhesive. Excellent product. It's bulletproof. In my opinion, it's stronger than wood glue, but anyway, so I guess somebody would probably debate that. But the tailpiece is not as important as the saddle, but again, these measurements, you know, from the nut to the 12th fret and the 12th fret to the saddle should be the same. On a Les Paul, it's a little bit more on the bottom E string, but you can do your own research on that. If you don't get it right, your guitar will not play, it will discord, and you will not be able to set up the intonation on your guitar. If you don't have a drill press to drill these holes, a lot of people don't have one, just drill the holes a little bit bigger, like a 32nd of an inch bigger. And what that does is it just gives you a little bit of grace to make sure that your saddle's going to fit on. And later, once you know, when you mount them in permanently, you can put a little bit of filler in the holes or epoxy, whatever you decide to use. And while it's wet, put the saddle on so it dries in that position, and then you end up with the post bang on in the right spot. Again, this one is not a critical, it's not going to affect the intonation, but aesthetically, I mean, you want it to look, the strings to line up straight. So try to get it as straight as you can. So what I'm trying to do here now is I'm trying to get a paint. I'm not using stain, I'm actually using acrylic paint. I'm watering it down, and like I said, I'm not as worried about the binders in the paint as I normally would be, because it's actually going to be the wood that's the pores of the wood that are actually holding the paint. So I really wanted to maintain that transparent look to it. So anyway, what I've done here is I took just a piece of pine to get roughly that color of stain I wanted, the golden color for the middle. So I'm going to build this up and try to get a layer of this golden yellow everywhere on this flame to get somewhere around this tone of golden yellow here. So I've got a layer of stain down here, and I'm happy with it. I just gave it a little dusting, a little sanding over the top. Sometimes the stain or paint, in some cases, this case anyway, will raise the grain a little bit, and you should kind of just give it a little dusting with some light sandpaper. And if you look at this right now, it's a lot of gold here, and it kind of overwhelms you. But what happens is when we put the red down, it's actually going to tone this yellow down a lot, and this yellow, golden yellow, is not going to look so golden yellow once the red is down. It's hard for us sometimes to separate that in our minds because we're kind of relative creatures, you know. Colors only look a certain way next to another color, and that's the case here. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I like where we're at so far. Just gonna kind of use my Les Paul here as a reference, and it's mostly just to find out how far down the gradients come.
They're kind of using like a wet on wet technique. They'll put the yellow, you know, not yellow in this case. I've seen guys using two different colors.
So here we have it. I like the way it turned out. You can see this little tool is doing a really nice job here of keeping this line crisp and clean. This is my way. Again, you know, like Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. What I'm gonna do at this point in time is I'm gonna put 2 layers of satin water-based clear coat over the top of this surface. I'm gonna spray it on so it goes down nice and thin and consistent. And what that's gonna allow me to do is have a layer of protection between the artwork, the airbrush work that I'm about to do on it, and the body of the guitar. Okay, we've got our latex varathane down. Time for the next step. We're gonna sketch out the picture of Jimmy Page and airbrush that image on here. So it looks like I'm done here with clearing the front here, and